It's hot afternoon. I'm down in sunny Shropshire this afternoon. Just come to have a look at B.W Upton's new to them Lexion 7500. Last year's demonstrator from Morris Corfield. They're just on for a customer cutting some organic oats, and yeah, it's going well. We've had red arrows fly by, which was nice. What else has happened? That's it really, pretty uneventful. So the Lexion is a 7500, so it's one of the smaller twin rotor machines. So it's APS syn flow, so there's the APS drum, then the main drum and concave like a traditional combine, then a rotor which splits the straw into two rows, and then two rotors. So the rotors are the same length as the big machine, the same dimensions. I'm not saying they're the same, but the same dimensions, 4.45 mil by 4.2 meters long. So these rotors are big compared to some of the other combines out there. He's cruising along now. Did have a little problem earlier with it sticky. The straw seems very sticky, despite it being dry and the grain is ripe. The straw still seems very green in the bottom. It's hard to tell whether it's secondary growth or whether it's just the way it is, but it's surprising considering how dry it's been lately. But anyway, yeah, so the Upton's changed from their New Holland combine, was a CX 8080 straw walker machine. Was on tracks, but now they've gone to the Claas, which is a rotary obviously, and they've got the 30 foot or 9.3 meter Convio Flex header, which has gone down very well. And what else can we tell you about it? 460 horsepower Mercedes OM 470 LA engine, which is 9-10 litres, something like that. Okay, so yeah, as mentioned, Upton's got a new combine. This is going back to 2022, I think. So I recorded this and then just left it sitting on my hard drive. So in the seat we've got Harry Upton, eldest son of B.W Upton, and here we've got the Convio header. So this is Claas answer to the Draper header. So it's a flex header as well, so you can unlock it underneath. If you've got ground undulations, it will follow the ground undulations, but you don't need to. If the ground's flat, you don't need to. So you can see the belts there taking the crop, and they just convey the crop into the feeder housing. So the reciprocating knife there, which is not new technology as far as combines are concerned. TerraTrack machine, they used to call them TT, they don't even call them that anymore. Tracks have become standard certainly in the UK, because they're narrow, they travel well, they're good in wet conditions, they're quite smooth in dry conditions. They're just a really good solution for a combine. You can see it's really dusty. It's a dusty job combine, and there's no two ways about it. And there's a little bit of explanation coming up as to why a lot of dust is coming out in a second. Here's which was pretty new at the time, Fendt 828, driven by Paul Wagg, who is Harry, the combine driver's colleague. So he's on grain cart duties today, while Harry was learning to be the backup driver of the combine at the time. So that's what he was doing. So here we've got Paul just closed the side guard on the header. I don't know what he was doing in there, I'm not sure to be honest, but you can see here just getting ready to start off, combine in gear, belt start, the reel starts, so, and then just gets stuck into the crop. Cutting, most of these combines do this automatically now, but the reel feeds the crop in head first onto the belts, and then the belts feed that through the feeder housing up into these drums here, and that's why you want to feed it in head first, not all messy, so that they can separate the grains out, because that's how the grains come out of the heads most easily, is if the head goes into the machine first. So that's the primary separation, is the drums at the front, and then the two rotors at the back, that's why it's called a rotary machine. That's the secondary separation area. So you can see there's a little set of doors underneath, and they can open and close depending on how hard the crop is thrashing, or how hard it needs to be thrashed to separate the grain from the straw. Over here, just a bit of shaky footage, but you can see there's a little window on the screen there. You can see that it just moves, the grains are moving past. It's because it's not actually a video, it's just images taken so many times a second, so the machine can analyse the crop sample to make sure it's clean, and if it needs to make any adjustments. There's the chaff coming out of the back there. So that's the separated bits, like the little husks of the corn that you don't need, you can't eat it. It's better to go back on the fields as organic matter. There's a chaff spreader inside the machine that spreads it, and that's why it comes out so powerfully. But again, that's what we call chaff. Don't need it. It's of no use, no feed value. They're getting on quite quickly here. Like I said, it's organic oats. You can see by the swath of straw that it's not a massive crop, and they're able to get on quite quickly because it's not a difficult crop to separate either. So it's not like barley, takes a lot more thrashing, but oats are very easy to separate. So you can see here, Paul just gets alongside with the trailer. The unloading auger goes out, and then I've got another little infographic here showing what's going on as that happens. So you can see the grain elevators there are the darker objects on the screen. I don't know why it zooms back to the straw chopper. They are not chopping the straw, they're dropping the straw. So inside the grain tank, you can see that's the auger that fills the tank. That's just disappeared, and then you've got two cross augers. They feed the unloading auger, and then the grain exits the machine about 180 litres a second, I think it says there, which is quite a lot. If it was water, you wouldn't want it dropping on your head at that rate. It takes no time at all to empty the tank, and they can carry on cutting at the same time. These machines boost, so with modern engines you can increase the power as it's needed. So if the machine knows that it needs more power because it's unloading, which takes about 15% more power to drive, it increases the output of the engine to accommodate that, so you don't have to slow down your harvesting. It's all about output and throughput these days. Well, it always has been, but now modern machines are able to do a lot more than the old machines. So you can see the augers there in the back of the header. They're just coming into play now as the crop's taller. That just tips the heads into head first into the feeder housing and up inside. A little bit of track footage there. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. A little bit of a overview of Upton's machine, their upgrade from 2022, and why they bought it. Needed more output for contracting, and yeah, really nice machine. They've got on with it very well, and yeah, it's a great thing to follow, but sadly couldn't fly my drone. Hey ho.